time is up.
Wow, two tough heavyweights. But you know what, OJ? OJ, I do not thank your job for pronouncing them names. Anyway, onward and upward. If you want a guy from Brighton who is unbeaten, this guy is Kenny Moyston. But he's taking on the one, the only, Lee, the Guitar Doski.
My name's Kenny Moyston, 26 years old, fighting out ZT Fight School in Brighton. I know Lee's been around for a long time, but I'm here to make my mark today. He's beaten some good guys, like Dan Hardy, and he likes to sing songs.
I'm Lee Doski. Kenny, this one's for you. Kenny, let me take you down. So many ways to sub ya. Kenny, I can break you down. I got so many ways to sub ya. The crowd are like, oh my gosh. Bish, bash, bosh. If the crowd get behind me, they're gonna see a K.O. Oh, 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 oh my gosh.
Lee, I respect your fighting, respect your record, but I don't respect your singing, so let's just keep it to the fighting tonight.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest of the evening is in the Ultimate Challenge welterweight division, fought under 77 kilos. And the first fighter to enter the cage into the blue corner, let's hear it for Kenny Moyston.
So here we go, Kenny Moyston, as he said there, fighting out of the ZT Fight School. A camp that's been around a very long time and produced some fantastic fighters. Comes in tonight with a solid record of 4-0-0. Stands at 5'10", 31 years of age. Quite a lot to be expected of this man, Pierre.
Well, here's the thing. They're heavily touting this guy out of ZT Fight School. And I also want to, take a minute out just to say hello to Soul Zero Tolerance Gilbert. Me and him started out way back when in Ultimate Combat, and he's producing fighters left and right. You've got John Hathaway coming to the cage with Moyston. That can't do anything but boost your own self-confidence as you come to the ring with guys with such good pedigrees.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there with them from the start of ZT when he was fighting himself, and now, as you said, producing great fighters, and it shows here, 4-0-0, and that man coming into the cage looks like an unbeaten fighter, confident, calm, and yet against a more vastly experienced opponent who's going to be a match next.
And his opponent, entering into the red corner, let's hear it for Lee Doski.
I'm going to tell you, I mean, what can I say about Lee Doski? Here's the thing. Regardless of whether he wins or loses, he is one of the most entertaining fighters out there. Now, let's talk about the psyche of a Lee Doski. I believe that if he can get the mental aspect of his game together on any given night, he can beat any fighter in the country. He is that good. In the gym, this guy is a beast. I mean, he just muscles people around, and technical abilities, oh my God.
I was just about to say there, well, he needs to keep fighting and winning, because I think on the X Factor it's going to be a lot of queuing for that first audition to be the last audition.
And here's the thing, I'm going to tell you something. If he doesn't make it in MMA, give this guy a talk show. He will kill the ratings.
So here we go, Lee Doski going through his pre-fight preparations. Very, very tough fight for him tonight against the well-established Kenny Moyston. But let's talk a little bit about Lee's record. 14-13-1. This guy really has been round the block and back again.
He's one of those guys that, have been around a long, long time, like you said. He's fought some of the best the country has to offer. Like we said, he has a win over Dan Hardy. However, he caught Dan Hardy at the very beginning of his career. And again, the experience will show here tonight, hopefully, and I really, really want him to come away with the win. But saying that, he's got a very, very dangerous opponent in Kenny Moyston here tonight.
The fighter standing to my left in the blue corner. He represents ZT Fight School. He's 31 years old, stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and weighed in at 77 kilos. He has a mixed martial arts record of 4 contests with 4 wins. Let's hear it for Kenny Moyston. And his opponent, the fighter standing to my right in the red corner. He represents the Tsunami Gym and Carlson Gracie Blue Wave. He's 36 years old, stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and weighed in at 77 kilos. He has a mixed martial arts record of 28 contests, 14 wins, 13 losses, and 1 draw. Let's hear it for Lee, the Guitar Man Doski.
I think you're going to be in for an action-packed event right here, right now. Now, Doski's sitting in a southpaw position, and you have Moyston in the orthodox. Now, good jab by Doski, landing flush on Moyston. Moyston shakes it off, returns with the outside leg kick.
And Doski, Rob, really is that saying he's an evergreen fighter, and he's 36, he's still in great shape. He looks younger than he is, and still here doing it.
That's right, as Pierre said, you know, I believe that he's throwing guys around in the gym because he always looks in great physical shape. But right now, Moyston trying to have his way with Doski up against the cage. Doski with a good knee from the outside, Moyston just trying to use his shoulder there.
Now, the one thing that I would like to see Lee do, Lee looked like he was sharper on the punches. However, he allowed Moyston to clinch, or he came into the clinch. I think he needs to use his weapons early and quick and fast and try to seal the deal.
Yeah, because at the moment they're both on the cage. They're filling each other out with those short chopping knees, and as Rob said, Moyston using that shoulder blade to effect as well. And they'll get a real judge of the other person's strength here up against the cage, won't they?
But here's the thing, at the beginning of the round, the first 30 seconds to a minute, everybody feels super strong, you know what I mean? And once you get that nervous energy out, everything tends to level off, plateau, and then that's when you see the really technical stuff start coming out, and then you can kind of see who's going to be the dominant fighter within that round.
Well, let's be honest, guys, even looking at these two guys against the cage, you know, both guys are looking for an underhook or an overhook, or they're trying to find a position to better themselves, but right now they come apart. Moyston tries to put Doski to the back of the cage. Doski quick to block those knees, does a good job of doing so.
He needed to as well, Pierre, because Moyston is very aggressive at this stage to force the issue.
Good standing elbows.
That was a good right cross onto Doski. Doski's got to keep the head up, and what I want him to do, he needs to get his hips closer to Moyston's hips to stuff those kicks, and then go into clinch and maybe try for a takedown. Good left, straight left.
Countered nicely though, Pierre, immediately.
The thing about it is Doski has to calm down a little bit, and he's going to do that as the round progresses. Now, the thing is, Moyston, hopefully he does it a good shot. However, Moyston able to stuff it and immediately takes top position.
Doski instantly with the inside guard though, able to fend his man off. I don't think Moyston wants to know on the ground. Feeling very confident on his feet.
Now, Lee Doski slipped that big right immediately into clinch, looks for a leg trip. Now, Doski in top position, Moyston with his back to the ground. Now, he's got to be careful that he doesn't use the cage to get back to the feet or to possibly reverse this position.
Well, let's be honest, guys, one thing we have failed to mention throughout introducing Lee Doski is how much he likes a rear naked choke.
Yes, he does. Loves it. In fact, he's always trying to get me into that position at the gym, and I have to fight it off. Now, he's doing some very smart work here. He's keeping the legs grapevine, not allowing him to, you know, get the feet up and under, try to go for a reverse, or try to go to, you know, get that half guard position.
Big fist from Doski, heavy hands. Moyston does a good job though and turns the tables. Moyston inside the guard of Doski now.
Now, Doski needs to tie up the arms, protect himself intelligently, look to grab, you know, the arms like he's doing right now, possible sweep, submission attempts. But Moyston's going to look just to throw down the heavy leather.
And with under a minute and a half left, guys, it's been back and forward, this one, hasn't it? No one's got real ascendancy. I'm erring slightly towards Moyston at the moment, but anything can happen in this last minute.
That's right, Doski at the moment being smart, bringing his legs up the back of Moyston. Moyston starts to detect him, lifts his head up, does the right thing to defend.
Now, here's the thing Moyston's doing is every time Lee gets his hips off either to the left or the right, he's coming back full square so that way he can't get break his base down.
Good work by Doski, uses the rubber guard, comes up and over.
Possible omoplata attempt right here, very close. submission attempt by Lee Doski. Legs are up high, looking for possible arm bar. Moyston is defending well. And we're ending the last 30 seconds of the round. Anybody's round, in my opinion, who could steal it here in the last crucial 30 seconds.
What do you feel, Rob? Because I thought it was Moyston early and looked the sharper, but Doski's come into it as the rounds progressed.
Doski's very dangerous off his back and he's giving Moyston a lot to think about. You can see Moyston giving himself a lot of distance from Doski before firing those shots, well aware that the legs can come up and over. But as we go into the last 10 seconds, Lee Doski tries to snap on the armbar. Could it be too much, too late? Moyston looks in trouble, but he must have heard the clap.
That was so close. That was so close at the end there.
I tell you what, Lee, if he didn't steal that round, I think he possibly drew in that round. I love Lee, so I'm erring towards Lee taking the round. However, I think it's going to be called a draw. Now look here, Moyston gets that top position off of a failed Doski takedown attempt. Moyston very good in that top position. Look, Lee has, that was more of a power move, sliding him down the cage, gets top position, grapevine in the legs. However, later on, Moyston advances his position right here, I believe. He turns him right here, and he gets the reversal.
That's right, Doski found his hips in a bad position, was able to be turned by Moyston.
Now let's also talk about this. We talk about a round of two halves regularly.
Ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on, come on.
Round two.
And we still think everything to fight for. This one's so delicately poised. Two well-matched men. But a great jab from that southpaw, Pierre.
Yeah, and the thing is, nice straight left cross. Now Lee's gonna have to keep that chin tucked as he backs out. And instead of going straight lines, I want to see him circle. Good right round by Moyston. Little shovel uppercut by Doski.
So Pierre, give us some insight. What would the corner have said to Doski?
Keep the hands up, pepper him with the jab. Stay on the outside of his lead leg and fire that straight left. Don't go to the ground if you don't have to. You have the quicker punches.
And again, Doski shoots. Looks for the takedown.
And I've got to be honest, Pierre, I felt that was the wrong tactic at that time. He was sharp up right there. He went for the shoot. I think it was unnecessary.
Why change something if it ain't broken? Saying that, Lee Doski gets the takedown and immediately advances to side position. Short knees to the shoulder of Moyston just to let him know he's there.
For me, I think, judging by the end of the first round, I think Doski felt very comfortable on the ground. We don't know what Doski's feeling down there when he's on top of Moyston or when they're in those close positions. He obviously feels that he can feel comfortable down there and dominate position like he is now.
Now Moyston, knee on belly, throwing the shots. Doski, top position, knee on belly.
Looking, Pierre, Leon is looking very close now. He's asking Moyston to defend himself.
It's over.
He gave him the time, he asked him. Rob, I think that was a fair call. He kept telling Kenny, defend yourself, defend yourself.
Look at the replay. You've got the takedown here. Double leg, tees him off so he doesn't end up in half guard or full guard. He goes, advances to knee on belly here in a second. Once he goes knee on belly, he just starts throwing the shots. And he doesn't stop. It's working. Hammer fist straight down the pipe. Now, guys, just to let you know, I think that Lee Doski has mentioned to the corner that he's broken his left hand. Wow. After a dominant performance like that, that sucks. But again, look back to the replay. Hammer fist. Just, he's staying busy.
Well, Pierre, basically, it was just after I said I felt he made a mistake taking it to the ground. How wrong could I be? It proved to be the perfect tactic.
Very good win for Lee Doski.
Those blows coming in. Now when we see it from this angle, boys, it was the right call by the referee, surely.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 23 seconds of round two, your winner due to referee stoppage from ground and pound, from the red corner, Lee, the Guitar Man, Doski. But let's hear it for a very gallant runner-up. Let's hear it for Kenny Moyston.
What a fight. First off, Lee, congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys. I was blessed to have a training camp this time round with, as you're going to see later on, a total tsunami wave of devastation is coming this way. I was lucky to be in my dinghy when it came along and swept me up into the training camp, and it's definitely paid off.
I have to ask you, the way you're holding your arm right now, and I saw you mouth the words earlier on, what has happened to your arm?
Fairly sure. Back in 2004, I snapped this one, and I think I'm up for another little session on the other arm. So I like to try and keep things as symmetrical as I can, and it's unfair to just have one arm with a plate in it, so I'm going for the full RoboCop look, I think.
Eating baby food, you've got to get rid of some teeth on the other side if you want to even it right up. It was a fantastic fight. He caught you in the armbar then, so you just weren't tapping, or you thought you could roll out of it?
No, you obviously was on a tea break because I was getting him in the armbar and he defended. But that's why you shouldn't have a tea break, because you're getting paid to watch this stuff.
Do you know what? There was actually a photographer stood in front of me, but don't worry about it. Finally, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank, obviously, my teammates, Tsunami teammates, who put that inner belief into me. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my trainers at Carlton Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, keeping my composure on the floor, all the Blue Wave guys, come and train regular all the time, all the guys down at Suffolk PST, all the people that have got on a coach or in a truck, Sledge for ironing his dicky bow tonight, first time I've ever seen him not look scruffy. And yeah, thank you so much for coming and supporting me, guys, and I'll keep working on that guitar stuff for you, trying to get that a bit more in tune next time.
We do love it. Talking of tea breaks, before we say thank you to Lee, we are going to have a 5-minute break so we can sort a few bits and bobs out. We are going to come back. We've got some top fights, but right now, put your hands together for a fantastic winner, even though he's only got one arm right now, Lee Doski!
Your time is up.
I'm standing here with Lee Doski. Wow, what a fight. How do you feel now?
Sore, man, sore. I'm not squaring up to you like I want to stick one on you. My arm is that sore, I've got to hold it like this.
Yeah. Where's your guitar?
I can't play guitar for a few months now, I can tell you that.
No. But what a perfect ground and pound. I mean, that was so nice to watch.
It was one-handed. It was one-handed because obviously this hand went when I blocked that kick stupidly. And I think sooner or later fighters, when they fight me, they got to get really pissed off with me playing music, and he just thought, right, I don't mind him fighting, but I'm going to stop him playing that guitar, and he's done that really well.
Oh no, so we won't hear the music, but will we see any fights soon?
Well, man, I'm thinking if you do, get me some one-handed guy, I'll practice jabbing him for a few months. I'm going to take a little bit of time out with the family, and obviously get this little arm of mine mended, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Okay, well done, that was a great fight. That was Lee Doski.
ESN, proud sponsors of UCMMA.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Big, huge shot.
The best fighters do battle at the Ultimate Challenge.
Wow! What a fight! Big right hand, it's over.
The Ultimate Challenge on Sky Sports. And check out www.ucmma.com.